Hi guys, today we are going to discuss about the elements of PLM strategies. The various elements of the PLM strategies are a vision of tomorrow, a realistic assessment of today, bridging gap between today and vision of tomorrow, capability and resources required to carry out the plans. Your organization should have the vision of tomorrow. Your CEO and board of directors will play a major role on selection of the vision of the company. The most important component of the strategic plan is a vision of tomorrow, which provided people to think about organization purpose and aspiration of the future. And next one, a realistic assessment of it. In order to plan a vision for tomorrow, there needs to be a realistic assessment of today of the organization or of the product. So then only the company can able to be a successful one. And bridging a gap between today and tomorrow vision of the people, process, practices and technology. These three are the major source of a company, and we have to close the communication gap between these things. Suppose if it is required, we have to outsource the things and to resolve the issues. If these things, if you are not resolved, it will affect the performance of the company or performance of the product. Capability and resources required to carry out plans. Resources are needed to enable the plans for PLM, while capabilities are required to execute the plan of PLM. Organization need to have an assessment of their internal capabilities and a realistic view of what their competitors, customers as well as government they are doing, they have to see. For your better understanding, I am adding a reference video of Center Consultancy Group of Strategic Development for your friends, as well as I am adding a successful story of Siemens PLM software for your reference.
Teradyne is a automated test equipment manufacturer, and we have an industrial automation division. Some of our products can be very complex in terms of testing system on a chip or IC, integrated circuits. Those testers are actually used to test the products that you use every day. Things like cell phones and things in aerospace and automotive, anywhere where chips are tested, Teradyne is kind of behind the scenes testing all the electronics. One product line can have 150,000 parts, electronic parts, and fill up this room with as one machine. We chose Teamcenter to be able to drive the automation in around engineering change management and also part management, bill of material management. So I think some of the value that we've been able to achieve with Teamcenter is really around some basic key performance indices like change cycle time. One time we were north of, again, like close to 90 days on cycle time and 70% reject rate. With Teamcenter, we enabled a configuration to be able to take that yield from 70% that had to go back for rework or reassignment, and we've got that down to 15%. We actually outsource our manufacturing. So when we took Teamcenter and we integrated that with our Oracle ERP system, we really kind of defeatured the need for the ERP system in terms of doing kind of the heavy bill of material, because we drive our bill of material right out of Teamcenter. We found that having all that information, the parts, the bill of material, the documents in PLM enables us to be more accurate and traceable in terms of what's in PLM versus ERP. We start really on the engineering side, parts, bill of material, working with design and design engineering and in the operations manufacturing area, and then sending that out to the contract manufacturer and suppliers is really kind of the functional footprint of Teamcenter. And now, here we are on the back end. When the board comes back in for repair, we can manage the entire workflow of the repair process within Teamcenter. When Siemens introduced Active Workspace to Teradyne, what that meant for us is an ability to be able to take PLM and I'll call it all the good work we did from a process perspective and make it more available to people in an easier, digestible format. Active Workspace was easier to deploy, and it also enables us to scale with other functionality that's needed by other divisions. For all the new divisions that are coming online, we're leading off with Active Workspace only. Well, there's a lot of great characteristics of Active Workspace that we really enjoy. One is that it's just from a usability perspective is the key. We can, tile-based, you can click on a release and get to exactly what they need to do really quickly because it's context sensitive. And that's been a real key success factor for us. You think about engineering as putting together a release package and understanding the parts and the part revisions and the document package, which is fairly intensive. When you go to board repair, it's very lightweight. A lot of technicians on the shop floor, very transactional, updating a repair record. So how do you do that in the same system? And Active Workspace really lends itself out to being able to use that white space on the screen to minimize the complexity of what you need. We've got dual source suppliers, which enables us supply chain flexibility, and it enables us to accurately track the changes into production. And without these tools like Teamcenter, it's very difficult, it's manual, it's error prone, and very hard to trace if you have problems with reliability. We use Teamcenter, substance compliance, and integrated materials management to be able to manage the content of the products on the consumer side or the UR side, universal robots. We really have to know exactly what's in the product. The value proposition of managing the substance compliance in Teamcenter is we have all the parts and bill of materials there, right? So if you didn't, you just end up doing things on spreadsheets. And so this enables us to be able to, within one application, drill down to find out all the materials. In terms of the electrical BOM, we have all the reference designators and all the different locations, the complete bill of material and PLM on Teamcenter. It enables us to be more accurate and more precise. That's a big benefit because we know exactly what went into the product at what time. Teradyne uses Cadence and Allegro as their primary ECAD tools. What we end up doing is integrating that into Teamcenter into the new product introduction, NPI, early on in prototyping. Teamcenter provided us the basic tools that we're able to use and adapt so the ECAD designers could use these tools effectively to put that information into Teamcenter. The basic infrastructure of Teamcenter enabled us to provide that flow from the electrical group to the layout group to the CM very fast and accurate. And our big benefits that we achieved is that we drove cycle time down to about 14 days on average. One of the things that Teamcenter enables us to do is to take the core features and benefits of Teamcenter, whether it's change management, part management, bill of material management, and take that across all the divisions. I think we've been lucky that we aligned with Siemens in terms of adding all these different solutions. Siemens certainly has the depth and breadth of the capability set that we're looking for.